I'm here today with Matthew Bolton. Matthew is the director of the JFCS Squirrel Hill Food Pantry. How you doing, Matthew?
Good. How are you, Jordan?
Doing okay. Matthew, I know that food insecurity is something that you've really been passionate about. How did you get interested in this type of work?
So going back many years, during school, I was studying nutrition and I had to do a community nutrition rotation for an internship. And I was lucky to be placed with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. And it was an amazing experience. I spent about 3 months with an internship and then fell in love with food insecurity, nonprofits, the whole idea of the right of having enough food. And not too long afterwards, I secured a position at the food bank and was there for about 5 to 6 years, managing 11 counties with food, nutrition, and food safety.
So you've been working in the field of food insecurity for a while. How have you seen things change in Pittsburgh, even in just the past few years?
I would say that in the past few years, I've seen nutrition take a more active role in service delivery. Once the status quo was produce, you could see across different food pantries. Some food pantries distributed a little bit of produce. Some food pantries may have had 5, 10% of their total pounds as produce. Over the last few years, there's been a push to increase produce, and I didn't think that that would be a reality so soon, but was very happy to see that, with our pantry, we're a little over 40% total pounds as fresh produce. And I see a lot of other pantries raising their produce pounds as well. So that's been a major change within the last few years, which is both surprising and a major feat to be proud of as an organizational goal for JFCS.
During the COVID pandemic, have you seen an increase in food insecurity in our region? Has it hit us pretty hard in that way?
COVID-19 changed a lot of things. And so there was a lot of instability in our direct neighborhood. We saw a lot of different communities that we never saw before. We saw a lot of Asian communities that we had never served before, that had never experienced food insecurity. And we were able to very quickly not only immediately get them the food that they need, but help sign them up for a lot of the social service programs that some of these communities were not familiar with. Seniors who may not fit the low income profile that a lot of people who find themselves food insecure suddenly became food insecure due to COVID-19 as their social networks started to dry up. A lot of people became scared. A lot of people stopped going outside. And with that, we did see a lot of seniors as well. And so luckily, with the strong community that we have and with AgeWell flipping their hotline to an emergency hotline for our community, we were able to very quickly connect seniors to food, to other resources, and help a lot of these demographics that were never food insecure before.
Now, the JFCS Squirrel Hill Food Pantry obviously serves everybody, but we do specialize in kosher food to help serve the Jewish community. Now, food insecurity can be a challenging topic to talk about with Jewish families and Jewish individuals. Why does there tend to be so much stigma around food insecurity in the Jewish community?
So there's an idea that the Jewish population is not vulnerable to poverty and food insecurity, which is clearly not true. The Jewish Federation 2017 community study found that 16% of Jewish households receive some form of public benefit. People often have a hard time asking for help, whether to pay a bill or to ensure enough food is available at home. Food insecurity, not having enough food to eat, can be more easily hidden, unlike having your electricity shut off or your car repossessed. Therefore, food insecurity remains to have a stigma associated with it that is still a challenge that we try and address as much as we can.
So how does the food pantry try to address the challenges around stigma? So especially in the Jewish community, so that people who are food insecure, who need food, will feel comfortable coming and getting the help that they need.
That's where the Squirrel Hill Food Pantry does a lot of outreach in the community. We work with temples and synagogues, rabbis, other lay leaders, and speak with congregations to share what we do, ensure the community that we provide compassionate services, and that we also work to connect people to other resources to help them become more self-sustainable. We provide educational opportunities with Tikkun alum groups, other social action organizations. We provide case management, career development support through other JFCS departments, critical needs funding to help with financial support with one-time crisis. We also work with other partners such as the Olive Institute to make referrals as comfortable as possible for people, and we aim to meet people where they are. As part of J Funds, a marketing network for Jewish financial organizations, we provide marketing opportunities within the Jewish community to share all of the resources available and promote and normalize these services, these safety nets within the community that people are eligible for.
So there's a lot of services available. There are a lot of supports available, but people may not know about them. And even if they do know about them, some work needs to go into making them feel comfortable, that it's okay to access them, that there's not something wrong with them in accessing those kinds of services.
Absolutely. Everybody needs some help sometimes.
Now, the holiday of Passover is coming up sometime soon. And food is a really important part of the Passover celebration, as food is an important part of lots of Jewish traditions. What can this mean for food insecure individuals? How does the pantry work to help get people appropriate food for Passover?
So food plays an important role in celebrating holidays in general, and Jewish holidays are no different. For people in our community who may be struggling to make ends meet, these holidays put an additional strain on the household to ensure that the holiday can be celebrated appropriately. For our upcoming Passover holiday, the pantry will be distributing additional holiday items, including matzah meal, grape juice, chicken, gefilte fish, macaroons, as well as 7 or 8 other holiday items that will hopefully take the stress off of the families for these holidays. Community support is greatly appreciated, and through some very generous donations, we purchase large amounts of food that allow us to serve the 200 to 300 households with approximately 10,000 pounds of food concurrently with our regular distribution during this holiday. Without those donations, we would not be able to do what we do.
Great. Well, Matthew, thanks for talking with me today and sharing a little bit about what's happening at the JFCS Squirrel Hill Food Pantry.
Thank you so much.